Let's quickly talk about Asana versus Jira business plan software. So we're going to review everything here to have a clear understanding. At the end, we'll have a clear understanding whether or not Asana is better than Jira when it comes to business plan software. So here's the overview I want you to pay attention to. So the thing is that when you are thinking about Asana versus Jira, I want you to think first and foremost about project management tools, right? And because neither Asana nor Jira are not standalone business plan software tools such as BizPlan or LivePlan, for instance. Those two are project management tools that you can actually use to further your business planning activities. You can use the tools to write a business plan, a fully fledged business plan, not a problem. You can actually institute also team collaboration among your team members. You can also have all kinds of communication features. You also have role-based project management. You can have automations also. So bottom line is you can actually use Asana or Jira for business planning, not a problem. The thing that we love about Jira is that I first want to talk about Asana. So Asana is really cool in terms of it's a task management tool that helps teams tackle projects one task and subtask at a time. So in terms of granularity, Asana is really fantastic. Jira is a project and issue tracking software, primarily helps development teams track bugs that arise in programs so that they can be dealt with collaboratively. So if you're an IT team and you're a dev team and you basically have a business plan right now, you can actually go into Jira and use their business plan templates to actually create a whole business plan and really track it from there, not a problem. And so the thing is, when we talk about Asana versus Jira, think about the fact that in Asana, you have features such as task management, team collaboration, analytics and reporting, workflow builder, and automations. Those things are really critical when it comes to writing a business plan. In Jira, you have DevOps features, you have Scrum boards, roadmaps, drag and drop automations, reports, and insights. So we have a heavy IT focus here. And in terms of customer support, you have several contact options and customer resources, generally favorable customer service reviews. That's for Asana. For Jira, you have an online support form. The level of support actually depends on the chosen plan with phone support for the enterprise level. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Now let's talk about the features here. So when we compare and contrast Asana and Jira business plan software, what should we be really careful about? First of all, I want to start with Asana. So when we talk about Asana business plan software features, there are a few things you need to really be aware of. With Asana, teams can collaborate on tasks and subtasks without all the extra features some alternative project management tools offer. This enables, in our view, teams to cut through the noise and focus on what really matters. So if your teams are working on a business plan right now, they can really focus on that business plan. And Asana's features are built to make collaboration easy and painless. Okay, so for instance, you have task management, team collaboration, analytics and reporting, workflow builder, and automation. And I want to really go into details here, so you all have we all have a clear idea what I mean here. So when I talk about task management, you are able to break down projects into bite-sized tasks to make work more manageable. You can assign tasks, you can break them up into smaller steps called subtasks, group them into sections, set deadlines, add custom fields, attachments, and more. For team collaboration, Asana includes features like multiple timeline and board views to help you get an overview of team tasks, as well as a goal-setting feature that helps teams stay aligned and collaborate on reaching targets. In terms of analytics and reporting, you can run reports to see how a team is performing and how tasks are progressing, and you can also monitor the status of tasks in real time to help keep your initiatives on track. So this is really cool. You also have a workflow builder. So Asana really enables teams to set their own custom workflows so that you can create your own work process between teams using automations and visual tools. In terms of speaking of automation, when it comes to Asana, users can create their own automations, which Asana calls rules, to keep teams working efficiently by removing the need to spend time on manual tasks. So if you're working on, let's say, multiple business plan activities, having the ability to, automate things through rules is pretty much interesting in our view from an automation perspective, by the way. Now, I want to tackle a little bit the features that you have in Asana. So, not Asana, in Jira. So, in Jira, let's quickly talk about the features that you can really expect to have. And what I want to say here is that when we talk about Jira is positioned as a let's say a bug tracking app, but it still has many features that make it ideal for general project management, even for a business plan, writing business planning. So here's a closer look at some of Jira's best features in our view. First, you have DevOps features, Scrum boards, you have roadmaps, you have drag and drop automations, you have reports and insights. So this quintet of features is really, these 5 categories of features are really awesome. Let's talk about DevOps features. Now, development teams can view repositories, issues, development statuses, and visualize progress all in one unified place. This is kind of cool. If the DevOps are working on, let's say they're working on the business plan and that relates to IT and they really want to track things from a single place, they can use Jira for it. Scrum boards are really fantastic also. With Jira's Scrum boards, teams can actually benefit from an agile project management methodology and deliver projects quickly when working in sprints. Roadmaps. Jira's interactive roadmap allows users to map out work tasks and dependencies in an organized timeline to help keep team members synced. And you also have drag and drop automations. So building your own automations is simple in Jira, as users can drag and drop automation instructions, start from templates, and even connect external work tools. And what about reports and insights? Well, the cool thing is that within Jira, you are able to get insights into your work even during a sprint to optimize efficiency. See, the whole thing is if you're working on a business plan, let's say you have multiple DevOps teams working on a business plan, you are able to optimize efficiency by actually regulating the sprints, the pace of the sprints, okay? Jira's robust reporting allows teams to pull reports for sprints, burn downs, releases, and more. Let's talk about Asana versus Jira business plan software, and we want to focus on integrations. The thing is, integrations, as you know, are important when it comes to business plan management, and also project management. And so they are an important factor to consider when shopping around for a project management solution that can really scale into a business plan solution. You likely already are using a number of different work tools. So the solution you choose should help you use them all in one place, right? And so a project management tool or a business plan software tool that allows you to integrate with products you already use will help you minimize the onboarding process and keep your workflow running smoothly. Because the last thing you want is to actually open 1 gazillion of browsers and really work from those browsers. You do not want that, believe me. And so both Asana and Jira have many integrations options. And they also both offer integrations for each other. So if you can't decide on one software, you can use both. So let's talk about Asana integrations. So with over 200 apps to choose from, Asana has tons of integrations with some of the most popular work apps like Trello, MailChimp, Loom, Zapier, Salesforce, Microsoft apps, and more. Asana's app offerings focus more on the tools that teams might use in general, instead of integrations for more industry-specific tools like development apps, which is where Jira really shines. Speaking of Jira, let's talk about the integrations that come with Jira. So unsurprisingly, Jira's integrations are more catered to developers, so users will find a wider variety of technical apps. Boasting over 3,000 app integrations, Jira seems to have an app for everything, such as GitLab, timesheet tracking, Draw.io, you have a Zephyr scale, you have a script runner, and others, including many of the popular integrations that Asana offers. So in terms of integrations, it's fair to say that Jira is really the clear winner here, because I mean, you can't really compare 200 to 3000. Okay. Although having said that, basically Jira is more specialized. You have more apps that revolve around development teams than Asana, which is more like a general. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Asana versus Jira business plan software. Let me talk to you about pricing here. So when we talk about Asana versus Jira business plan software, I want you to really look with me on the screen right now. You have actually Asana pricing. So here you have 3 pricing tiers. You have the basic, you have the premium, and you have the business, right? So basic is for individuals or teams of less than 15. Asana really offers its basic plan for free forever, okay? And includes unlimited storage, access to its iOS and Android mobile apps, and unlimited projects. In terms of the premium plan, Asana's premium plan actually grants access to forms, dashboards, and inviting unlimited free guests. And for the business plan, Asana actually here you have integrations with Salesforce and Tableau, customizing forms, time tracking, and advanced reporting. So this is really cool. And I want to show you right now the table for Jira pricing on the screen here. And you can see that Jira also has a pretty interesting pricing strategy. So you have basically the basic, the standard, you have the premium, and you have the enterprise. So Jira's basic plan is also free, albeit for only for teams of up to 10, and has a limit of 2 GB of file storage. And for the standard plan, this is up to 35,000 users and offers customer support during local business hours. It includes 250 GB of storage, audit logs, the ability to set user roles and permissions, and anonymous access, which is used to actually give customers the ability to view and submit bugs and feature requests. And for a premium, the premium plans start at about, if you look on the screen here, you have $11.55. That's basically, this is per user, by the way, though. And the monthly total here is $115.50. So there is a minimum number of users, and it's really important to know that you have unlimited file storage and 24/7 premium support. So if you really care about that, you will love it. The enterprise plan is available only on annual billing and has a minimum of 801 users with a price tag of $134,500. Okay, it's one of those things you have to really think about. Do you really need it? If you need it, that's fine. That price includes 24/7 enterprise support, centralized security controls and user subscriptions, unlimited sites, and more. Let me talk to you about the extras here. So let's talk about Asana versus Jira's business plan software ease of use. We're trying to really look at the UX to make sure that the user experience and user interface, all those things are pretty good. This is really important to pay attention to. If you're going to use the tool for like to write a business plan, you better have a clear idea what you're getting yourself into, right? And so while neither Asana nor Jira is particularly difficult to use, some users feel it's easier to use one software over the other, okay? And so here's a closer look at the usability of each software tool. First of all, Asana ease of use. So Asana users note that the software is easy to use without skimping on important project management functionalities. Some users have noted that it takes some time to get used to the tool, and users who are unfamiliar with the platform might need help getting started. But once they get the hang of it, Asana is known to be quite user-friendly. So you might just think about having a steep learning curve like for the first 2 days or 1 week, for the first week, and then you are good to go. Still, users looking for more complex project management solutions have found that Asana lacked some of the tools needed to make for a positive user experience. So it is one of those things where it becomes a matter of preference, personal preference, or professional preference, or even operational preference. Okay, so for Asana, the painting is a little mixed. The picture is a little mixed. Some people think it's our team have found that the Asana is relatively easier to use. okay, compared to Jira. So Jira is also relatively straightforward to use and offers some great features that make it very user-friendly. Users like Jira's dashboard, which offers a number of widgets and customization options to make it easy to see tasks on desk. Additionally, Jira's right-hand side quick start bar helps guide users through basic tasks, making it easy to get the hang of. Okay, Jira does actually feel more clunky than Asana to many users, and for those who are not in dev, like if you're not a dev team member, you might think that Jira is quote unquote complicated or cluttered, and so it's one of those things, But if you're part of the community, then you are good to go. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about what? About Asana versus Jira business plan software. Let's talk about customer support and then customer reviews. It's really important to remember that. One thing I want to say here is that when you actually think about Asana versus Jira customer support, first of all, Asana customer support actually is multi-form. So Asana, you can reach out to them through online support form, help center, community forum, chatbot for basic questions, training, webinars, and courses from Asana's customer success from Asana's customer success team, and you have guides, use cases, and developers guide for more details. So the thing is, when you submit a form, someone from Asana's support team will address your inquiry. Asana claims that its team is available within 24 hours. When we tested it, they got back to us within 36 hours. Okay, but they claim that they're available 24/7, 365. For Jira customer support, you have online support form to submit a ticket, community forum, feature suggestions and bug reports, system status check, documentation. And Jira's support is available on weekdays during work hours based on where the company's local offices are located. There are quite a few around the world. For enterprises, there is actually 24/7 phone support, but for other clients, they'll need to wait to get a response to get a response to their ticket. In terms of customer service, so basically Jira is a little bit ahead here in terms of customer reviews. We have found that Asana has had more positive reviews than Jira on the internet. That makes sense because the user base of Asana is larger than the dev team user base of Jira. So basically, but it doesn't mean that Jira is less commendable. I mean, Jira is fantastic, but I just want to say that if you're looking at numbers, Asana really wins. But if you're looking at quality, if you're looking at the time that, as I said before earlier, Jira really wins the ring here when it comes to its availability. So what is our verdict here? Jira versus Jira versus Asana's business plan software. I mean, I keep saying Jira versus Jira and Jira. It's interchangeable, but I think it's Jira. So which one is right for you when it comes to business plan software? Well, essentially, the product that you choose will come down to your own preferences. In many categories, Asana and Jira are quite similar, but the teams and use cases where each software is used most often slightly differ. Okay, so you want to go with Asana if you want a simple yet effective solution. If you want to start, let's say you want to start a business plan activity today, and you want to focus on task management, go with Asana. If you want a solution that's flexible for multiple teams and use cases, go with Asana. Okay, and you want to go with Jira if you are a DevOps team or a development heavy organization. Your team is already familiar with the agile format, and you need an issue tracking, bug tracking platform. So this is one of those things where you have to really pay attention to. But the cool thing is that it really depends on what's important for you, right? And the bottom line is you got to really see whether or not your team is already familiar with the solution you want to go for. Because at the end of the day, Asana or Jira, those two are project management software. Okay, and the only difference is that Asana really helps your team collaborate on projects, all kinds of projects, including business plans, writing projects, and whereas Jira really is made specifically for software development teams, DevOps teams. So it's one of those things where you can see that this is why Jira has 3,000 integrations, 3,000 applications, third-party applications, while Asana only has 200 or 250, something in that corner. Okay, and it's one of those things you have to really understand that Asana is better suited for overall project management, whereas Jira is designed for software teams to track and manage tasks while they're working. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let me do a quick recap here. So I was just explaining to you Asana versus Jira is a business plan software, and I gave you the overview. Of course, I give you the features, the pricing, the extras, and then now the verdict. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.